Hi kids! Welcome to a super fun and colorful video. I'm Belle, this is my classroom, and today I have a story for you. Today's story is Robin Hood. So this is a Disney version of the story Robin Hood. So yeah, this is a Disney book. It looks like this. Yes, so let's get this party started. The book. Story is retold by Jocelyn Potter. Here's her name, Jocelyn Potter. Let's open it up. I love the pictures. Ooh. So the first picture is Robin Hood and Little John, his best friend. So let's read the first page. So King Richard of England was away. His brother John took his place. Prince John wanted to be king and he wanted money. Poor people became poorer. Robin Hood hated Prince John. Robin and his friends robbed him and gave the money to the poor. One day, Robin Hood and Little John were in Sherwood Forest. Suddenly, they heard a noise. What was the noise? I don't know, so let's turn the page. So here we have another picture. So I guess this is Prince John traveling, I guess, with the band, and there's just a lot of things happening there, so that's probably the noise that they heard. So let's see if we're right. So look, it's Prince John, Robin shouted. He's coming through the forest. He always carries a lot of money, Little John said. This is going to be a good day for the poor people of Nottingham. But he has guards. Do you have a plan, Robin? So I think they're looking at the money and they want to steal the money to give it to the poor people. So yes, Robin said, let's find some women's clothes. Women's clothes? What are they going to do? I don't know. We're going to be fortune tellers. So here they are, wearing the clothes. Yeah, they're fortune tellers. Cool. Okay. So Robin and Little John put on women's clothes. Then they stood on the road in their disguises. Would you like to know your future? Robin called to Prince John. Perhaps they're robbers, John's friend Sir Heath told him. Women aren't robbers. Go away, Heath. John answered. He called to Robin. Come inside. Am I going to be King of England? So that's his question to the fortune teller. So here's Robin, Little John, and the Prince John of England. So he asked the question and they stole the money. Let's see what it says. Close your eyes, Robin said. Prince John closed his eyes. Yes, you're going to be king, Robin said. A great king, a handsome king. John smiled. Robin quietly took his bags of money and his clothes. He took his clothes too. I didn't notice that, but in the drawing you can see he took his clothes. Then he and Little John ran away. John opened his eyes. They robbed me, he shouted. He came back and he said, I told you. So get Robin Hood, Prince John told the sheriff of Nottingham angrily. But Robin did not stop robbing rich people. Poor people had to pay higher and higher taxes, and he wanted to help them. He gave the money to them. One day, the sheriff visited a large poor family and took a young boy's birthday money. The boy was sad. But then, look who's here. Robin Hood appeared, and everybody's happy. Oh my god, he gave the little boy a bow and arrow. After the sheriff left, Robin arrived in disguise. "Happy birthday, son," he said, and he took off his disguise. "Here's a present for you." He gave the boy a bow and arrow. Oh, that's his present. And his hat. He gave the mother some money. "And don't be sad," he told her. "One day the people of Nottingham are going to be happy again." Oh, look at the little boy's face. It's really cute. Where's the bow and arrow? The little boy shot an arrow into the yard of Prince John's castle. Ooh, he's gonna get in trouble. He and his friends were inside. They met Maid Marian and her friend Clucky. This is Marian and this is Clucky. "That's Robin Hood's hat," Marian said. She looked sad. "Do you love him?" one of the children asked. "I do," Marian answered, "but I went away to London. He doesn't remember me now." Oh, she's in love. She fell in love with him. I love it. Okay, so here's Robin Hood, Little John, hanging some clothes on the tree, and Robin Hood is cooking. In Sherwood Forest, Robin cooked lunch. "That smells terrible," Little John said. "You're burning it, Robin." "I'm sorry," Robin said sadly. "I'm thinking about Marian again. I love her." Oh, he still loves her. "She also loved me a long time ago, but now she lives in a castle and I live here. There is a tournament tomorrow. Robin hopes to see her there." So I guess this is a picture of it. So here's the prince. Robin and Little John went to the tournament in disguise, but Marian knew Robin's eyes. She smiled at him and he gave her a flower. The tournament began. People shot their first arrows. They shot again and again, and Robin was the best. Prince John looked at him carefully. He had a plan, but Robin did not know that. What's the prince gonna do to Robin? I don't know. Let's find out. Oh, poor Robin. Oh, what's gonna happen? He found out that he's Robin. Okay. So in the end, there were only 2 men in the tournament. Robin and the Sheriff of Nottingham. And Robin won. Then John cut off Robin's disguise and Robin became his prisoner. "You're going to die," Prince John shouted. "This is so evil." "No," Marian cried. "I love him." "And I love you," Robin told her. "And King Richard." "Hooray for King Richard," people shouted. So, oh my God, I think nobody likes this prince. Little John held a knife at Prince John's back. "The prisoner can go," the prince said, afraid. Marian ran to Robin. "I can't live without you," she said. But the sheriff saw Little John and a fight began. Little John and Robin fought the sheriff and the guards and Prince John. After Robin saved Marian, then ran into the forest. So now they're in the forest. This looks exactly like the movie. Like, did you see the movie? Leave in the comments below if you have already seen it. I love this movie. So Robin and Marian walked and talked in Sherwood Forest. Then in Robin's forest home, they sang and danced with their friends. They laughed about the man who wanted to be king. That night, they forgot their problems. "He can take our money, but we're going to take it back," they sang. In his castle, Prince John was very, very angry. So he's probably plotting something in the castle. Let's see. So, oh my God. He's stealing again. He's stealing people's money. That's not fair. So the poor people of Nottingham had to pay more taxes. They lost their houses because they could not pay. They went to prison. They were all hungry. At the church, Friar Tuck try to help the poorest people. But the sheriff took the church's money too. Friar Tuck fought the sheriff. "Thief!" he cried. The sheriff took him to prison. This is really sad. Like, how can you rob a church? Look at the picture. This is really sad. So, Prince John had a lot of money, but he did not have a Robin Hood. "I know," Prince John shouted suddenly. "Friar Tuck is Robin's friend. Let's kill him in the prison yard. Robin can't stay away, and my guards are ready for him." But Robin, in disguise, learned about the plan. He's smarter than you think. "We must save Friar Tuck," he told Little John. And here's Robin in disguise and Little John. That night, there were guards all around the prison, but Robin and Little John found a way past them. The sheriff was asleep in the yard. Robin took a guard's uniform and went into the yard in disguise. He opened the prison door, then he watched the sheriff and Little John went inside. Here's the picture. Look at the amount of money that this prince has. And he has a snake too. Robin climbed into the castle. Prince John and Sir His were asleep in their beds with money all around them. Robin shot an arrow with a rope to Little John outside the prison. Then he sent the money bags down the rope one at a time. After every bag was in the prison yard, he also went down the rope. So this is the rope, and the rope is going outside the castle. So here's them after they finished the mission. So Prince John, His and the sheriff were awake now, but the prisoners left with the money. Robin helped the last prisoner, a child. A child was a prisoner. This is crazy. The child ran outside, but the door closed in front of Robin. So this is why Robin is not here. Look, he's not there. The guards ran after him, but he climbed up the castle wall and back inside. He fought the sheriff and the castle caught fire. The castle caught fire, and this is Robin, Little John, and the child who was a prisoner. Robin ran up the stairs, through the fire, to an open window. Then he jumped into the water below. Prince John's guards shot at him. Little John watched from the trees. Where was Robin? He waited. Prince John and His also watched and waited. There was Robin's head, with an arrow through it. They turned happily away. Little John cried. They thought something had happened to him. So, okay, here's His, the snake, and the prince. The horrible, despicable prince. Suddenly, Robin climbed out the water. Little John was very happy to see Robin. Look, His cried to Prince John from inside the castle. He got away again! No! John shouted. Your plans never work, he told him. And your castle is burning to the ground. John was angry with His and tried to hit him. Oh, he tried to hit the snake. Oh my God. Guys, be good to animals. Just don't do that. So we are in the last page. I think somebody's getting married. This is really cute. This is just like the movie. Because this is a Disney film, this is a Disney book, it's exactly like the movie. So sometime later, King Richard came back to England. He sent Prince John, Sir His, and the sheriff to prison because they were thieves. Then one fine day, in Friar Tuck's church, Maid Marian became Robin Hood's wife. The people of Nottingham were happy for Robin and Marian, and they had hope for the future. And this is the end of the story. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel, and I see you next week for a brand new video. Bye.